on Route 66. And on the defending side, we have Blackwatch first in the blue team and Boundless Power in the red team. And let's see what they pick.
Exactly, and here I am again, guys. I'm back for more casting. Let's see what they decide to pick.
And I'm only casting this match today, and I'm Siphon.
Yeah, that's unfortunate. It's fine, I guess. Let's see what they decide to pick. I'll wait for Boundless Power a bit. I'm not sure about their picks yet. I don't think they're gonna go with the Bastion, so let's wait it out and I look for Blackwatch instead.
They're just trolling.
Exactly. That's why I always wait a bit. For Blackwatch, I'm not sure about Junkrat on Route 66. He's not that good. There's so much open space here that the grenades won't really be much of an issue, I think.
I think it could work on the first point, like when they get around the corner. Junkrat can spam from the roof and break the right-hand shield really quick, and then they might
that is true. However, what happens is, if Blackwatch gets into the team fight right away, they will simply negate the Junkrat, and it's very easy to maneuver on this map against Junkrat bombs because they're not really tight spaces. Like you can see on the street level, they can just go around and flank with the speed boost, avoid things very quickly.
Also, they do have a Genji on the wall, and he can just like go up, go to the flank, and kill their Junkrat. Exactly. So let's see if that works out. Match is starting.
Exactly. We'll see how Blackwatch will pull it off. However, I think Blackwatch might have a slight advantage composition-wise because of that Junkrat pick in teamfight-wise, at least.
So Junkrat right now not even spamming the main choke point, rather the flanks, maybe waiting for...
Yeah, that's not optimal. He wants to break the shield, and Blackwatch has his shield available. Meanwhile, Boundless Power shield is already dropped at this point, which is not looking good.
Okay, Nava is going in now, gets the shield from Xayah, but was unable to pick anybody.
Yeah, I mean, at this point in time, Blackwatch is just getting a free push out of this, and it looks really good for Blackwatch. Because also, they picked off Junkrat, unfortunately.
Boundless Power is attacking.
Yes, but they're slightly too split. You see those two players, Reinhardt and Zarya, were kind of way too deep and they just got picked off.
Because they are in the advantage number-wise.
Yes, but I meant for Boundless Power. They pushed in, the two tanks, both tanks pushed into the Blackwatch, and they just got picked off because they had no follow-up. They were split apart, and Blackwatch just took that advantage while when Boundless Powers was split, got picks off and payload as well.
Okay,
so Junkrat has made no difference whatsoever.
Right now, an interesting pick, what we didn't see for a long time is the Pharah on the wall. So he switched from Genji to Pharah.
Possibly.
Let's see if it works against Tenekai, but this is great against Junkrat.
Yes, it is. However, they still do have a McCree and Discord door, which should allow them to get Pharah rather quickly and easily. But at this point in time, I think they should swap off Junkrat because it's not working great for them.
Yeah, especially against Pharah. So, yeah, let's see how Pharah works out for them. If Naval plays defensively, it could work.
Actually, they got a pick off with Riptide.
And there was the Earthshatter timed together with the High Noon to get the double pick.
Exactly, at this point Boundless Power did stabilize the push.
And now they are staggering, so Naval takes 3 more seconds to die and to respawn.
The only difficulty is, perhaps Blackwatch decided to save their ultimates, just suicide at this point or let themselves die, so they can go next team fight with possibly every ultimate available.
Yeah, it looks like they're really close to actually having everything.
Exactly, and now the next team fight is very heavily favored for Blackwatch. However, Boundless Power will have Zen ultimate available and also Lucio ultimate available to be able to counteract. But we'll see how it goes.
Am I switching up the teams, or are you switching up the teams?
No, I'm not. The captain is... Oh! My apologies. I actually did switch up the teams. My apologies. Yeah.
Okay, just imagine everything Razor said, but vice versa.
Vice versa, yeah. I was looking at the wrong...
So this was a successful push here. They used pretty much every ultimate, except the Nyasa ultimate. And that worked out for them because the counter was not really possible. Defending team Blackwatch uses an Nyasa ult to counter, but that's not enough against 5 ultimates.
Exactly, this is what was wrong for Blackwatch. The Junkrat didn't really pay off later on in the team fight, and also Boundless Power did have all ultimates available, and it was very easy for them to win a fight where Blackwatch only had 2 ultimates available.
Yeah,
and my apologies for reversing the teams.
Here again, Sammy on Junkrat getting picked off by Zenyatta, maybe a bit too far ahead. And still on the Junkrat. And here we have Navor now on Reaper flanking, trying to get the Junkrat behind, but he knows he has his trap up, so he's just backing up. And there's the defending Zarya ult trying to get those picks. But counter by Zenyatta ult. Ooh, and the Riptide coming in from Sammy, killing 3, so Junkrat this time worked out.
Yes, the issue for Boundless Power was that they were unable to shoot down the Riptide. I think they could been able to shoot it down.
Yeah, I wasn't quite sure where it was coming from. That can be really difficult depending on how.
I know,
how,
it's very hard, but it has
away.
to be done. Because Zenyatta ultimate does not do anything against Riptide. Riptide will kill all of your team except but Zenyatta, that is.
Yeah, so now Navorna on the top left. Trying to get behind, I think, but not happening at this moment because they are pushing the payload quite far now without being overly contested. And then Navor gets picked in Tenekai here with the high noon.
Oh, this is really great.
Double picked. Because Lance decided to Earth Shatter. And this high noon won't work because Druid Pala just blocks it with a shield.
Yeah, exactly.
So that Earth Shatter might have been a mistake here.
Possibly. There was no follow-up.
McCree's still on the side. He needs to get out. Nova needs to get out there before he's killed.
However, now it looks better for Blackwatch because they do have Zen ultimate, both defensive ultimates available, and they're able to counteract whatever Boundless Power will throw at them at this point.
Yeah, currently really interesting. They are defending team is rather far behind. I mean, not anymore, but they were just not grouped together.
Exactly. It also seems to me Blackwatch is losing their shield much faster than Boundless Power. Boundless Power shield stays up much longer, looks like.
Navor here flanking by getting picked off by Tenekai with that stun.
Yeah, they will buy them extra time.
But did create a bit of space, and here's the defending Zai ult, countered by Lucio ult, and that Earth Shatter didn't quite work.
Yeah, it was probably a waste at this point. The Reaper ult was probably a waste at this point. He should have saved it for the next fight, so this could look slightly better for
I think he only killed one with his ultimate and one before, didn't he?
Exactly, but not just how much he killed. It's basically they already won the team fight, and the ultimate was just like not even
also they had High Noon in the background, in the backline.
Exactly. However, the problem that I noticed with Blackwatch is when Zarya ultimated and Reinhardt tried to stun, what he should do, if the shield is up for the opposing team, he should just try to charge the Reinhardt so he doesn't get to shield anything and your teammates are able to shoot whatever is in the ground.
Now let's see what Boundless Power is going to do, because they again have almost every ultimate up. They can really combine it here.
Exactly.
Now going to the side by getting seen by Zenyatta, getting discorded, and a small Reaper battle back here. But Tenekai is waiting on top for him, so he should be really careful.
But as you can see, yeah, but Blackwatch does have two defensive ultimates available, and they can try to survive those offensives.
They did pick off the defending Reinhardt, so now might be a good moment.
Yes, it might be a good moment for them to push in. Yes, however, they are still missing Reaper. They're only 5v5 at this point, and you have to keep in mind Reinhardt might get back in time. Yeah, now Reinhardt is almost back, so here they go.
And this High Noon might have been a bit too late.
Yes, that is true. However, Reinhardt of Blackwatch, Druid Pala, he was able to get back in time with a nice search outer to stun 3 or even 4 of Boundless Power, and he was able to tilt the fight in their favor, back in their favor. However, the High Noon might be late, but it wasn't a bad High Noon whatsoever. It seems the problem was that Boundless Power did not push when Reinhardt was dead. It was a 5v5. It's true they lacked Reaper, however, Blackwatch lacked their shield, and by not having a shield, it's really important.
Oh, there's a push coming in with Lucio ult and Zenyatta ult and Zarya ult, and there's now finishing it up with the almost quadruple kill.
Exactly. However, the Zen ultimate of Boundless Power might be in a waste, might not be needed here. However,
probably too much. And now they're struggling with the Lucio on the payload.
But it is overtime. They really have to make it through.
And they're getting held up by defensive Zarya ult.
Ooh, send drop down.
Oh, and again the Earth Shatter getting completely blocked.
Yeah, he shouldn't use it. But it's overtime. I guess it's worth to try.
And they're slowly getting picked off. The attackers here.
Yeah, looks like they won't be able to get this. Blackwatch is
And
stabilizing
now
the push.
behind, getting Nova Zembla. So this doesn't look good for Boundless Power right now.
Exactly, and they haven't
round
been
one
able to.
complete.
Yes, exactly. It seems the problem in the last team fight was when Boundless Power won the team fight with their great ultimates, they kind of wasted the Zen ultimate. And by not having Zen ultimate for that Graviton of Blackwatch, it kind of costed them the game right there. If Zen had ultimate available there, by not wasting it 30 seconds or even less earlier, he would be able to keep his team alive. And also keep in mind, Zen did get charged by Reinhardt, so if he had his ultimate up and Reinhardt charged him in, he wouldn't even die. So what do you want to say, Siphon? Go on.
Yeah, I think... sorry, I'm a bit distracted because it seems like we have a disconnect.
Oh, yeah, you are right. However, I'm not sure what are the rules. Can he go back?
I mean, can he reconnect? I'm not sure.
As far as I know, he should be able to, unless if... yeah.
Oh, there he is. Okay.
Luckily, it's fortunate he got back in time. But let's see at the picks of the red team, which should be Boundless Power. They're defending this time. They also decide to go with the Junkrat. I'm really not, like... I really disagree about Junkrat on this type of map. Like, especially Dorado, too much open space. It makes it really ineffective for your grenades. I mean, it can be okay to break the shields relatively quickly if he will decide to focus the shields down, but we'll see how it goes.
Yeah, it can work if he decides to focus.
Exactly, for Blackwatch.
And if you, like, get a trap in the flanking corridors, you can also predict where they're coming from and start spamming in there, so...
Exactly.
Again, it could work, it could not work. It's a great risk.
I mean, if they realize they have a Junker, they won't go by the corridor, just will go open space, basically.
Yeah. Also, he's really far ahead just now, and just revealing that he's Junkrat.
This is a great this is a big mistake. If they knew, like, they could easily swap to a Diva or something and block off the shots, if you relieve yourself like this.
And Tenekai is still in spawn right now.
Yeah, this doesn't look good. I don't know what's up with
technical difficulties?
I'm not sure, however, about the Tracer pick. I'm not either positive here. I mean, she can work, but there is some verticality in this part of the map where Tracer is not that much effective. He did sit again, but as I know, the games have to go on.
Not even only on this part of the map, but on the next part as well. With all the buildings, it's really vertical, so Genji can be used to a great extent. And we again have the disconnect on Tenekai. What's wrong there?
I do not know, but as I know, the rules are they have to play even if they lose one. But however, he can reconnect back. But keep in mind, if you disconnect and then reconnect, you lose your ultimate charge. Even if you were away only for 1 second, as long as it dropped you out of the game, you lose your ultimate charge, and that's really bad. It's really unfortunate for Blackwatch, but it cannot be helped, unfortunately, because it could be abused if there would be made like remakes because of this.
Yes, also, I mean, he wasn't moving for the whole second round, so at least he didn't have too much ult charge there. Well, now he's 65, and that's really going to be difficult.
Yeah, this is at this point in time.
I don't know.
At this point in time, it's hard for me to talk about much analyzing, because the moment it becomes a 6v5 permanently, it tilts into the favor of the team that has one more player, basically.
Yeah, exactly. It's just not fair.
It's not just fair, so I really don't know what to talk much about here. Well, at least they decided to go on McCree instead of Tracer, which makes sense, I guess. But
yeah, absolutely. They need, if they push through like this with a 5-man, they need that mid-range damage.
However, you have to keep in mind that Blackwatch only needs to get...
Riptide coming in, by the way.
Yeah.
Let's see.
He shot it down easily. However, you have to keep in mind that Blackwatch only needs to get to the payload checkpoint wherever they finish. They do not care about the time, I think, at this point, because the opposing team did not manage to finish the game in time. So they still have a chance. They just need the guy to come back, basically.
Yeah, it's really unfortunate because the first round was so great.
Yeah, I mean, to be honest, Blackwatch did have a strong showing, and it's really unfortunate if they're gonna lose because of this. I hope they have a replacement or sub for the next game at least, if this will be a loss.
Also, if this will be a loss, we might actually be able to see a third match.
Yes, but it's really funny that we would get the third match because of someone disconnect, you know, not
Yeah,
other, like
it's just,
not because of anything else. So I do not know. However, I'm still surprised they decided to play on Dorado. Like many teams, kinda, well, not Dorado. I mean Road
Route
66.
66. Yeah.
Many people usually avoid this map because it can really snowball in one direction very quickly, especially for the defenders. Like if you lose control of your checkpoint, like first push, you can get snowballed up to the second checkpoint very easily. So it's quite high risk, high reward map, I think. So I'm not sure about the decision making, why they decided to play on this map. Perhaps one of their teams had really great practices on this map or really used to this map. Maybe that's why they also decided to pick.
Yeah. Both teams right now are using relatively standard strategies where to
Indeed.
position themselves,
But
like
I have
on
a
the roof. But we didn't see really outstanding plays yet. Like,
yeah.
for
I mean,
example, a Genji like flanking, going on the
yeah,
roof.
I'll explain why. Basically, you lost a player, you want to play it safe, and also Boundless Power wants to play it safe. Even if they have one less player, they don't want to risk it, you know?
And there's a Riptide coming in.
Yeah. That's why they're playing safe by the book. Even if the opposing team is losing, like doesn't have one player, Boundless Power still plays it like they were 6 men, you know? They don't want to just, we push in, and because they can throw the game like that, you know? If they push
Yeah.
too much in the spawn, for example. However, we'll see if we're gonna get the sixth player, maybe a sub as well. Oh, that's
Yeah.
probably the Riptide into the Zen Ultimate. Yeah.
See, so that is when
You see
Junkrat
McCree-
can work.
Exactly, but did you see McCree was shooting at the Riptide? He should be able to get
Yeah,
it
but
down.
That's
That
the,
was
that's
the
the problem with the Riptide. One McCree shot is not enough.
Actually,
And
it's two
that's-
shots. I mean,
yeah.
from the player of the game, he had enough time to shoot it down. It was in his line of the sight all time. He was even looking at it. He basically missed those two shots. That was the problem. Nothing else, I might add. However, we'll see if we get a replacement or not, and we'll also see in which map we're gonna play. It's either gonna be Dorado or Hollywood. One is full payload map, and another one is hybrid. I personally would like to see some more of Hollywood. It's a pretty nice map.
Yeah.
Many nice strategies can be executed on that kind of map.
Absolutely.
And another thing that I have an idea, meanwhile we're waiting for a sixth player, perhaps you should just read the questions on our stream, or if viewers have any kinds of questions, I would really like to ask if you could read them, Siphon, and we'll try to answer them.
Yeah, hold on. I gotta open stream first.
Yeah, that would be nice if you could do that. I think it's a great way between the games, or if a player is gone, you know.
We do have a
just...
replacement, it seems like. Hold on, it's still Tenekai, but
I'm not sure if I were Blackwatch, I would at this point I would find the other replacement just to be sure. If he disconnected 2 times, it can happen again. I wouldn't take such risks. I mean, they might do the risk now because he's probably a really solid player in their team.
yeah, also we as casters do not know like the technical background, what the problem is right now. So we are not quite sure what's happening.
Exactly.
So Tenekai is right now back in game.
Yes.
So maybe it was
Let's
just
have to play in
a
Hollywood.
temporary problem.
Probably. However, have you read any questions? Was everything written, or you haven't checked it out yet?
There are no questions right now.
Okay, no problem. Like I said, if they have anything, if you guys have anything to ask, feel free to ask, and we will try to answer when there is downtime like this.
So the first match right now went to Boundless Power, is that correct?
Yes, I think it was really unfortunate for Blackwatch because I personally think Blackwatch had a really good chance of winning this Route 66, because they did not even have to push all the way to the payload.
Yeah, exactly.
They just had to push to that choke point. I mean, to that checkpoint where they finished to win the game, basically. But we will see how it goes.
Yeah, let's hope that Tenekai is now more stable and able to play to his full potential.
Yes, of course. But now we will see which teams will play where. It seems Boundless Power wants to defend first, but I'm not sure.
Yeah, they want to defend first.
Okay, I see. So they're gonna switch colors now. I have to make sure I won't do the same mistake again.
Don't switch it up again.
Yeah, because that was really unfortunate or dumb
It was
by
so
me.
confusing mid-match. Like,
yeah, my apologies also for the viewers. Yes, exactly. But now I made sure I wrote the right colors. Boundless Powers are the blue team. The red team is Blackwatch this time, and the red team starts first as attackers, and defender starts as blue. So now we will see if Blackwatch will be able to push all the way through the payload, or if Boundless Power will be able to hold just the point A or something like that. But I expect a strong showing from Blackwatch because they did quite good in earlier games.
So I think from what I saw in the first match, Blackwatch definitely seemed stronger. So picking defense as Boundless Power here is a good choice, because if they were attacking and didn't get to the end, Blackwatch would only have to be that distance.
Exactly.
Which could make it really difficult to defend. So yeah, let's see how it works out for them.
Exactly. Let's see. Let's look at the picks. So far, the picks of Blackwatch, well, they're random at the moment, so I'll wait for those. I'll look at Boundless Power instead. Boundless Power picks are very standard, nothing out of the ordinary, pretty good. Like, they probably want the Reaper because they expect very early team fights from Blackwatch. Blackwatch's type of team, and also more teams should do same or no less, just to go team fight right away or get into fights as fast as you can in this meta, that is. And Reaper is really great at that, especially when you have the Lucio speed boost. You can just get him in position right away in the face, and possibly shielded by Zarya as well, and do tons of damage. Yes.
Yeah, right now is a great composition on defense.
Reinhardt should be played anywhere, anytime, on any payload map, or even maps like this. The only maps that you do not want a Reinhardt, it's usually King of the Hill. You really need a portable cover. It's basically a portable cover for your team. And
portable ult denial shield.
Exactly, because keep in mind, when your shield is up and they're not hitting you, it's not like, okay, you're not taking damage, that's good, but at the same time, you're not letting them charge your ultimates because they're not hitting you, you know?
So
it's also important to break the shields first.
Let's see what the attackers pick. And right now it seems unusual because they...
I'm not sure about the Tracer pick. However, Ana pick is pretty strong on attack. She can really do great. If she gets the ultimate very quickly, they will be able to go with a strong nano boost before defenders, that is Boundless Power, get any defensive ultimates.
Tracer, by the way, already on point by getting picked off by Tenekai, and now there's speed boosting in because that space was created. But it doesn't seem like they're very successful here. Druidpawn getting the pick on Hippie by day.
Split around, which is not looking good for Boundless Power.
And Druidpawn getting the second better. Them then already nano boosted here. That could change
a lot. Yes,
how this push works out. Might be enough, might not be enough. It seems
should be enough. The nano boost sealed the deal.
Successful.
Yeah, like I said, Boundless Power was prepared for a very, very early team fight. That's why they had Reaper, just for that. And also, Blackwatch wanted to team fight as fast as they can, so they can get that nano boost very quickly, like you've seen it, and secure the team fight before Boundless Power was able to get any defensive ultimates. And without any defensive ultimates or even a Graviton to stop that nano boosted Reinhardt, it's very, very hard. However, Boundless Power was able to position themselves on high ground already, which is really good for them. They have a good positional advantage at the moment, and they can drop them on them at any time. However, they do not have any ultimates available at this moment.
Yeah, I think Tracer worked really well for their first push.
Actually,
surprisingly, because she got around, created that space to allow the whole team to push in. So now we have High Noon and the Earthshatter on the attacking team available.
Yes.
But also the Earthshatter on the defensive team just got used in Nova Zembla. Was it High Noon?
No, as far as I know, it wasn't. It wasn't.
So he just got the triple kill like that. Amazing.
Looks by it, yes, really nice. However, looking at it, it seems, yeah, he swapped off the Tracer. Makes sense because this part of the of Hollywood is very vertical, very high rooftops and everything, and this is where Tracer doesn't shine at all.
Yes,
this is where you want Genjis or Afar. I mean, she's okay here, she's all right, but I think she might be shot down by Mekri.
Yeah, just like I said, right away.
I think he should just win at this point, Genji.
Yeah, I think the strategy with Farah here is to get to the roof and just push them down, so they don't have high ground advantage anymore.
Exactly.
And it makes pushing a bit easier. And the offensive Heinen here not really working out. Completely blocked by the Reinhardt shield.
The ultimate might be wasted here actually, of Boundless Power. I'm not sure about the Reaper ultimate. Like they already had the fight under control.
It seemed really far back, exactly.
Exactly. However, as you know, Zen has ultimate available and they can still hold and contest the next team fight. And as you can see, Zarya has Graviton. Both Zaryas have Graviton Surge, so this fight will be really close. But you have to keep in mind that Blackwatch is not running Zen.
And there's the defensive Zarya coming in. And High Noon, and
exactly.
He gets
like I said, because they do not have Zenyatta, I mean, there was High Noon anyway, but because you do not have Zenyatta, the Graviton Surges of Boundless Power are much more potent than Graviton Surges of Blackwatch, because your Graviton will get countered by Zen Ultimate. However, you can do the High Noon thing just to kill them over, but the shield has to go down first.
Now they got a problem. They're right now flanking around to get behind them, but right now they have a problem because they have an ult that they can pair with Reinhardt with Earthshatter, but it can still be countered by the defense Earthshatter and
Fire got the McCree as well.
Really and there's the Nano Boost coming in, and it is countered by exactly that.
Well, now it looks favorable for Boundless Power. I mean, for Blackwatch.
Yeah, so Druid Bala holding back on this Earthshatter to use it after the defensive team used their ults to counter the Nano Boost.
I agree. It seems exactly, but it seems Lucio wasted his ultimate. Weak Ward of Blackwatch kind of wasted his ultimate because the Reinhardt of Blackwatch already managed to stun 3 or even 4 of them, and they were already able to secure the team fight. So the Lucio ultimate was sort of a waste. We'll see how it turned out.
Okay, Lucio ulted to counter the High Noon from Tenekai. I think he still got the pick.
Yeah, it's a 5v5 at this point.
And they are not really contesting. So now they're defending team on the payload, going for the Zarya ult. Well, they should break the sheep before they do anything. Ooh, and Farah behind it with the rocket barrage. Getting 2 picks.
Yeah, but it's not enough at this point. They lost too many members. That is for Blackwatch.
Yeah, rocket barrage, really difficult to pull off this
exactly. What Blackwatch
still in the sky and McCree can just headshot you.
What Blackwatch has to do, basically, they really need to go with the Nano Boost before the Zen gets his ultimate available, so they can actually get some kills. However, you have to keep in mind they have Earthshatter available to control the Nano Boost at target, which will make it very difficult. And as you can see, those Gravitons are really paying off for Boundless Power because they are not running a Zen, and each Graviton is very potent for Boundless Power. They're basically always getting 2 or 3 kills off.
For Blackwatch, you switch up the teams again?
No, for Boundless Power. Boundless Power Zarya.
Yeah, Blackwatch doesn't have a Zenyatta.
Yes, Blackwatch doesn't have Zenyatta, and I'm saying Boundless Power Ultimate is stronger.
Okay, so now there's the Nano Boost coming in, getting Earthshatter the right way, and there's the Zenyatta counter ult. And Nova there on the roof getting the High Noon in. This Zarya ult might have been too much. Or is it?
I'm not so sure. It's like they're kind of running out of time. Maybe they just wanted to make sure and secure it, but the Reaper at this point won't do much if they're ready for it. Yeah,
ooh, stunned right away, unblocked by the shield. So
yeah, they were prepared for it.
Yeah. Yeah, I think the Zarya ult with the Earthshatter together might have been too much, but they still managed to kill the team and push ahead.
Maybe they just wanted to secure it because they're running out of time. They wanted to make sure.
Yeah.
But now Ryan Shield is down of Blackwatch, so we'll see how it goes.
Well, I also think of Boundless Power is heavily damaged, the shield, because McCree just uses High Noon.
That is true, but Boundless Power has shield up. Blackwatch just lost the Reinhardt, which is a huge deal. Now they can't really effectively push in. And Boundless Power still has Zarya Graviton available, and she can just deal with them at any time they're together. If she wants.
Yeah, exactly.
Like, for example, now where they grouped up.
For any push, they Boundless Power still has Lucio ult, and now even Zenyatta ult. And there comes the Nano Boost in. Let's see if the counter. They use both ults together. That might be a coordination error. But Navo, he is still being able to go with his ult, which is.
But now you can see the difference. This team fight was just the difference between who has Zen and who doesn't. And as you can see, he swapped Zen. They realized the mistake because every Graviton they were losing because they didn't have Zen ultimate. As you could see in this last team fight, both teams used Graviton, but one team did not have Zenyatta ultimate or Zen whatsoever. They did not have it, and that team lost, which was.
But instead,
Blackwatch.
Also notice here they switched the Zarya to a Roadhog.
Yes, but they also have Zen now at least, which is really good to counteract those Gravitons, which were huge problems for Blackwatch.
Yeah, but Roadhog, I'm not so sure about this shot. It's difficult to get the hooks behind the shield.
Yes, but Roadhog can break the shield very quickly with his right and left clicks, so he can get his hooks.
So push coming in here now, getting countered by the Earthshatter, but Tenekai is still able to get the triple kill with his High Noon because Lance's shield was not up because he was charging. And Druid Parla getting the counter pick on Lance and now even on Nova, and they're pushing really far ahead here to secure the last point.
Exactly, not they have Earthshatter available to shut them down.
Not is already though. Can they get on point? Can they prevent this from being over? Sammy here killing Hippie by there, and Cheetos. So Roadhog, as of now, is paying off.
Yes. Exactly. This should be it for Blackwatch. They should be able to get it.
There's the Roadhog ult coming in, pushing them away from the
However,
pit.
they push it for overtime, which is very, very good for Boundless power. Like, even if Blackwatch got the point, it's still very favorable for Boundless power. It's 9 minutes and 7 seconds. I mean, this is a very, very high time. And
Indeed, yeah.
And they have so much room for error if they do some mistakes and still able to win. So this is going to be a really, really tough defense for Blackwatch to hold. Basically, the best way for Blackwatch to hold this is to make sure Boundless power does not even get the point A. They just want to bunker up the point A. So I expect some picks which will be basically to bunker up and win team fights on point A. So I expect the Reaper from Blackwatch side. I wouldn't be surprised. I would be really surprised if they switched it off.
Especially survivability is really important now.
Exactly. The survivability is really important, but they also want to have a strong team fight composition because they basically have to win one team fight after another, and they have to have as many as possible as alive, and also make sure they have ultimates for each team fight so they can counteract. Meanwhile, the attackers just want to bait those ultimates and win the fight right away if they baited the ultimates, or just win the next one. However, they have so much room for error, so it really looks good for Boundless Power at this point. We'll see what Boundless Power will decide to pick, because I'm sure they won't play with the Bastion, and probably neither with Soldiers, so I'll wait for those.
So in conclusion, Blackwatch won the first round, but in overtime. So let's see how Boundless Power does now on attack.
Yes, the positioning, now it looks better for Blackwatch. They should be more together behind the Reinhardt shield, together as a compact unit, ready with a speed boost to team fight anytime, any moment given. But now let's see. I'm really not sure about the soldier pick. The problem with the soldier pick is in team fights, McCree is much more potent because of the flash grenade.
Yes.
Makes it much more better, and also in close range, McCree shines much more than soldier overall with his damage.
This way, the attacking team does get a bit more survivability. But
yes, but it makes them weaker in team fights.
So they are going up.
Yes, they want to establish high ground for Soldier as well, so he can shoot down behind the shield and possibly get the pick off and then get a 6v5 team fight in their favor.
So Vault right here on the Zion, not on the roof, but behind on the flanks. So right now they are not
they will let it go.
Grouped together.
Yeah, that's some miscommunication by the looks of it. Where Soldier now is trying to get some damage down.
Sam here behind trying to get anything from the backline. And now they are rushing in on point.
Exactly, and this is where McCree would be better than Soldier. However, they still managed to swipe them over because of nice focus discords.
So this was a really convincing first fight, which gives them the point, basically. I don't know if the defending team will try to get that back.
Yes, but what I noticed from Blackwatch is they really had strong...
Ooh, and look at that. Nova was waiting for them on the roof just to deny that spot.
Exactly. Blackwatch did have a strong composition, probably strong composition than Boundless Power. However, Boundless Power was able to get those nice focus Discord orbs and simply wipe them over very quickly.
Yes, absolutely. That first fight was very decisive.
And also, Blackwatch is not able to get on the high ground in time, and this also makes it more advantageous for Boundless Power.
Yeah, great play here by Nova, just denying that space so no one can get up there. And now they are taking the high ground with Nova and Nova. And they're on the bridge, and that's a really good position for them.
Yeah, this is really good positioning for Soldier. He can get really nice damage, consistent damage going on.
Oh, and there's the defensive Earth Shatter with the High Noon. And Sammy from behind.
Yes, but it might look... It looks...
Nova is still on the roof.
Yes, however, this fight, it's kind of in favor for Boundless Power, because now Blackwatch used so many ultimates. They're gonna have, luckily, Zen ultimate available for the next team fight.
Yeah,
however, by looking at the Boundless Power, they have 4 ultimates available and about a 5th one with Zarya. So they should be able to win the next team fight relatively easily. They basically just baited the ultimates of Blackwatch at this point.
Yeah, but Sammy here with his ultimate also ready. He jumps down behind them. Bot gets killed right away.
Yeah.
And there's the attacking Zai ult, maybe a bit too early because defending Zenyatta was still going on. Let's see how this works out. Right now it seems to be in the favor of the attackers.
Exactly.
Defense maybe split up a bit too much. And
yeah, I mean, actually both teams did some mistakes. There was a very big mistake from Boundless Power with the Reinhardt not charging the other Reinhardt while they were stuck in a Graviton, so they would take full damage after Zenyatta ult was about to go down. However, they still managed to win the fight. But this time, Blackwatch has more ultimates available, and they should be able to hold off the next fight.
Yeah, they have Zarya, they have Shatter.
And now High Noon
as well, and Lucio.
I mean, this point is very tough to push as attackers. They can easily bunker up here, and we can see it's possible to hold for 5 minutes.
Yeah, 5 minutes is still a very long time.
It is, but it's possible if they manage their ultimates.
Okay, there's the High Noon. They need to break that shield. Shield is down, and Tenekai only gets the pick on Nant.
Yeah,
they were expecting
really
that.
They wanted anything that they can pick off with High Noon. It's great. But basically what now Boundless Power wants to do, they just want to farm up their ultimates for the next team fight and go for it.
And there's the defensive Earth Shatter with the Zarya ult, both Zarya ults even.
They lost Lucian,
but the attacking team had Zenyatta already to just counter that.
However, it seems Zen of Boundless Power was slightly too slow with his Q because his Lucio died, or either Lucio got charged, I'm not entirely sure about that, but Lucio died right away.
Yeah, they are only 5 now, but the defending team only has Zenyatta ult. Can he get on point in time?
Yeah, Tracer is buying time.
Contested in the last point.
They might be able to stabilize it, it is possible.
So there's the attacking Reinhardt ult, and it doesn't seem like it.
This is it.
Round is over. GG.
It seems Boundless Power wins.
I was not expecting that. I'm gonna be honest.
Yeah, me neither.
The first match on Route 66 looked really convincing from Blackwatch's side, but this just now was just consistently a better performance from Boundless Power.
It seems Boundless Powers also were perhaps rustier first game, and now they kind of got warmed up. But the other difference that I noticed with Boundless Power is these games, they started to pick things that make sense, like good things that make sense in this type of maps, unlike that Junkrat and those things, you know? And it looked really strong for them. It also seems Boundless Power managed their ultimates slightly better sometime. They flopped, but overall they managed their ultimates quite well, and they had their ultimates available, and they were also baiting Blackwatch ultimates on defense very good, because there were team fights when Blackwatch simply won, but Boundless Power had so much time to basically force the team ultimates of Blackwatch die, regroup with your own ultimates while they have nothing, win team fight, and keep pushing. They had so much time to be able to pull off things like this. And you just snowballed in their victory at this point, and it was really strong showing of Boundless Power in Hollywood. It also seems perhaps they practiced, because Blackwatch was not prepared to get on high ground after they lost point A. Meanwhile, Boundless Power was on high ground right away. So that's another huge factor why they were able to push through with relative ease, because they did not establish high ground. And also Soldier and Genji of Boundless Power got to the high ground right away, and were just shooting from above and poking, doing consistent damage, and being a threat in that regard.
So Hold on for a second. I just want to announce that we are accepting questions now. So if you in chat have any questions, just ask them now. It's going to take us 60 seconds, I think, anyway, because of the delay. It's for it to show up. So I'm just going to announce it now, and we can talk about certain topics in the meanwhile. For example, Roadhog in that last push was an interesting choice, but it did work out for Blackwatch.
Yeah, well, I personally think the Roadhog worked because Blackwatch was rather quick at breaking the Reinhardt shield, or Boundless Power sometimes was out of position or not behind the shield, where Roadhog could simply get the hooks and get that Lucio in important things like that. And it just made them, by getting those pickoffs, it just gave them a huge advantage which they could push. And in my opinion, Roadhog on attack is slightly better than on defense, because on attack, especially, you have more tries usually. It's like on attack, you don't have to play by survival that much. You still have to, but it's not that high super priority as it's on defense to survive.
Yeah. You still have to be careful with Roadhog to not feed the enemy ult charge, because of that huge health pool. Next thing I want to talk about, that denial of space, like the high ground that Boundless Power did with Nova Zambler. That was amazing, because he just got up there and hassled them, and I think disrupted a Reaper and someone else. I'm not sure.
Yeah, that was exactly it.
But that was amazing, because he was just there. He knew that they would probably try to get up there, right, to get high ground, to get the advantage, and he just denied that completely.
Exactly. Basically, at that point, Blackwatch just gave up high ground, it seems, and Boundless Power is like, okay, if you're not gonna here, like, Boundless Power is basically ready to fight for the high ground, go there, get it for themselves. But Blackwatch was not even there, and they just got the point for free, the high ground for free, and they were just shooting above.
Yeah, that's the thing as well, because Boundless Power was able to not only get the Genji on the high ground, but also the Soldier just casually taking the elevator.
Yeah, and that's actually where Soldier is really good, on those parts of map, when he can get on the high ground and just consistently start shooting at things, because you're either breaking the shield, you're doing consistent damage, and you're actually pressuring them, for them to do something. And maybe you also can get the pick off, which is excellent if you do, but just the sheer pressure is already great. Because on attack, just like I said earlier, you don't need to win the same team fight they wasted. I mean, didn't waste your ultimates, but they were forced to use the ultimates because of your strong attack. You can just win the team fight after, especially if you have so much time like they had. You can afford to do such tactics.
Also, on the other team, on Blackwatch, when they were attacking, they used a different strategy to get the high ground, and they tried to use Farah. And her her grenade thing, her E skill, to push them down. And that would have been absolutely great, but
the problem with Farah is he got shot down quite many times by McCree, but there were some situations when there was 1v1 Farah versus McCree, and Farah was actually able to kill McCree 1v1, which was really good for them. But I personally would run with a Genji or something else. Heck, I would even play a Winston triple tank if I had to choose between having a Farah or because of verticality. Like Farah without Mercy, she's not that good in Sky, because at least when you have Mercy, you get some kind of healing. Her, a good shot McCree will still kill you even through Mercy healing, when you're discorded, that is. We'll see how it goes after the Discord nerfs, but so far, Farah is really not optimal to play. Any questions whatsoever, or?
It doesn't seem like there are any serious questions now.
Sure, it is. Feel free to. For auto best counter, to be honest, it's already in the current meta, which is Zenyatta, Discord Orb, basically. What you want to do is have Discord Orb on Roadhog and just make sure everyone in your team is shooting at that thing. Of course, if the Roadhog has a Zarya, which can shield him to consistently remove those Discords, it will give some kind of survivability to Roadhog, but you have to keep in mind, Roadhog does not have any kind of mobility. He's very big target, slow target, and if he's discorded, he takes so much more damage and very easy to shut down. And I would say the biggest counter for Roadhog, many people think it's like, oh, it's Reaper. I mean, Reaper is good against Roadhog, but at the same time, the best thing against Roadhog is simply Discord Orb. Like, you discord it, whatever is shooting at it, he's gonna drop down very quickly, especially focused fire.
So Reaper can be good against Roadhog, but also Roadhog can be good against Reaper, really depending on the actual situation. If you get the hook off on Reaper, you might be able to kill him just
You should. It is possible.
And with Reaper, you also need to get close, and that can be really difficult if the whole team is behind, if Roadhog gets the Zaya shield. So, yeah.
That is true, but Reaper needs, like,
Discord orbs and just McCree headshots, basically.
Indeed. But Reaper needs team support heavily as well, just like Roadhog, to be effective. For a Reaper, he needs speed boost or just speed, occasional Zarya shields, even orbs, because he's really going in the front line. And by himself, without any kind of support, he's gonna die. So I wouldn't say exactly he's a reliable counter to Roadhog. It's simply Discord orb. That's the best thing you can get. And also, by having a Reinhardt in your team, which you should have most of the time, which is, if it's not King of the Hill, you just want your teammates to stay behind your shield as much as possible, so hook will be very ineffective, because Roadhog cannot hook behind the shield. You're like...
Yeah, exactly.
And that's why...
That's why I was worried when they picked it on attack, because defending teams still...
However, if you have a team that is very fast, focus firing on the shield to break it in 2-3 seconds, then Roadhog will become effective very quickly.
Yeah.
So in those situations, sometimes having a diva to block extra shots on your Reinhardt shield can be beneficial, so your shield lasts longer. But you have to keep in mind, Roadhog is a big counter for diva, because you just hook the diva, she should be discorded as well, and she gets out of the mech right away. But I personally would recommend only Roadhog at this type of level to be played on attack, not on defense. Like on defense, you want more safer choices like Reinhardt's usually always, and combined with Zarya or so.
Yeah, it's risky.
Especially, but I also think, I don't know, I'm not sure about, but like if you have so much time in stopwatch, like you have enough time to push and you can make some mistakes, or you have plenty of time like